Today, Tuesday, August the 4th, we celebrate St. John Vianney, better known by many as the Curé de Ars, and also named the patron saint of parish priests. Born in 1786, on the eve of the French Revolution, he grew up as a shepherd on a peasant farm near Lyon. His early training as a Catholic and reception of the sacraments was a secret one, because there was a terror going on at this time in anti-clerical France. This forced priests to work in secrecy or face execution. Nonetheless, he desired to be a priest, inspired by such priests whom he believed to be heroes, forced to minister underground. At age 20, Napoleon now having taken over, he was called to military service, which for the next few years he was able to avoid by becoming a deserter and hiding out in an out-of-the-way village and elsewhere for several years. When a general amnesty was declared in 1810, he returned to Lyon and entered a seminary. With his reputation as a miserable student, however, he had a particular difficulty with Latin. He was dismissed from the seminary and had to be privately tutored by a parish priest, Abbé Vianney, who arranged subsequently for 2 special examinations with seminary officials. And they're so impressed were they, not with his knowledge as much as with his evident piety and goodness, they approved him for ordination in 1815. His initial assignment as a curate was with his old friend and tutor, Abbé Vianney, but after the latter's death 2 years later, he was then appointed parish priest of Ars-en-Dôme in a remote and insignificant village with a population of less than 250. He felt a huge responsibility there. Compensating for a lack of learning, he demonstrated ascetic zeal. The new priest restored the church, visited parishioners regularly, taught catechism, and lived a very simple life, living mainly for the first few years only on potatoes. And at the same time, with the help of 2 holy women in the area, he established La Providence, a home for girls. When he began his priestly duties, Vianney realized many were ignorant or indifferent to religion as a result of the French Revolution and the Terror. His simple sermons were often about hell and the Last Judgment, as he aimed to elevate their spiritual level. He spoke out publicly against profanity, dancing and misuse of the Sabbath for work and other forms of human amusement, rather than focusing on the Lord's Day. Nevertheless, Vianney was perceived as a compassionate priest, suffering for the sins of others, and he came to be revered as a spiritual counselor with extraordinary gifts as a confessor. It was said he had an ability to read souls. His reputation for miracle working spread, and often hundreds came daily to Ars for the next 15 years. This meant long hours, sometimes as many as 12, in the confessional, shivering in the winter and stifling in the summer. And this continued right on up to his death. On 3 different occasions in 1853, with quite a few years in the parish already behind him, he left Ars with the intention of becoming a monk. But each time, he felt a need to return to a simple rectory. He led a very simple life and refused offers of ecclesiastical promotion. He died on this date, August the 4th, 1839, at the age of 73. At that time, he was one of the most beloved figures in France. Among the various honors bestowed on him, then Napoleon III, in an unusual gesture, sent him the Medal of the Legion of Honor. Reportedly, Vianney refused to take it out of the box, remarking, quote, "I don't know what I have done to deserve this except to be a deserter," unquote. Vianney never thought or anticipated such fame, which was one more cross that he felt he had to shoulder. Rather, he could not imagine any more important calling than to serve as the parish priest in the village of Ars. He had been placed there to care for the souls of his flock, and like the Good Shepherd, he turned out to be, that was the case. His holiness was recognized by 3 popes named Pius. Pius IX declared him venerable. Pius X beatified him, and then he was canonized in 1925 by Pope Pius XI, who named him a few years later the patron saint of parish priests. Pope John XXIII wrote an encyclical letter on him as an example to priests. The major relic of the saint's incorrupt heart was entrusted to the Knights of Columbus for a 7-month national pilgrimage throughout the United States from November of 2018 to June of last year. This was an effort to make the relic as widely available for veneration as possible. While it is not a relic here in the priest's dining room at St. Matthew's, there hangs a picture of this holy priest, reminding us of our calling as parish priests. He is our patron. He is a reminder also to pray for vocations, but also, I guess, to pray for deserters, that they may finally be enabled to return home as he was. St. John Vianney, pray for us.